Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Dr. Sahara Omar. I am a licensed marriage and family therapist practicing here in the state of Texas. And today's video, I wanted to share with you guys what does it mean to be differentiated, the concept of differentiation, and also learn how to avoid the other two ends of the spectrum. And in your healing journey, also recognizing if you are becoming differentiated or not, and how do you avoid that. So differentiation was a concept that's introduced in the literature by Murray Bowen. Dr. Bowen is a psychiatrist that was working with families, and he's a pioneer in the marriage and family therapy field because he came up with this concept, and he helps us truly understand how people can function if they just pay attention to the nuance in the relationship that can make it a little bit more bearable and healthier for both parties to grow in. Okay, so in psychology, everything that we talk about typically falls in on a spectrum, and the goal is to avoid the two ends of the spectrums because they are considered dysfunction, and our job is to learn how to be right in the middle where we are becoming a little bit more differentiated. Okay, so one end of the spectrum, he told us about the concept, the word enmeshed. Enmeshed literally just means I cannot tell what I think, how I feel, what I believe in, and the values that I have, the things that I like and the things that I do not like, without the permission of someone else, without the influence of someone else, right? So when people are very enmeshed, they're so closely tight-knit, they're not able to think for themselves or feel without worrying about if someone else will be offended or someone else will be hurt. And when I meet clients who are enmeshed, they really struggle with a lot of anxiety and sometimes heavy emotions like anger or sadness, because their brain is not able to stay free in the system, because the system typically wants them to remain dysfunctional as well. So what happens is you're not going to just go to the middle. We don't just walk from enmeshed to differentiated. We go to the other end of the spectrum really fast. We're going to swing to the other end. It's called isolation. In isolation, people sometimes, you can either isolate in a healthy way or dysfunctional way as well. If you are isolating in a healthy way, you're going to ask yourself the big questions. What do I think about certain topics? How do I feel about certain topics? What are my true beliefs and values that I carry for myself? What is important to me? What are things that I like and things that I do not like? Essentially, in isolation, it's an opportunity to also grow and become a version of yourself that was different compared to when you were enmeshed with the system or the people around you that were not healthy. Okay, and eventually the goal is to come out of isolation and not just be isolated for eternity, right? When you come out of it, then naturally you can walk back to that middle, because now you know who you are outside of people around you. But also in that space of isolation, the challenge is to learn what your boundaries are, so that way when you are in the middle, you are becoming differentiated, you can set your boundaries and be assertive of your desires and likes and dislikes in general. I did create a video on boundaries. I highly encourage you guys to go back and watch the boundaries and learn in that space when you are isolated or you're just taking care of yourself and you're in therapy. What are some of your boundaries, ways that people around you crossed your boundaries, and kind of challenge yourself to apply some of these boundaries within your experience as well too. Okay, typically if you do a really good job in your healing journey, meaning like when you come out of enmeshed systems and you go to therapy and you read books and you just take care of yourself a little bit more and ask yourself these heavy questions, something simple as like, even what's your favorite color, what do you like to eat, what's your favorite food, movies that you like to watch. People that are in enmeshed systems, they really struggle to answer simple questions like that because they were never allowed to own for themselves things that they like or things that they didn't like, because the system around them, the people around them, made sure that they cannot be on their own, made sure that they cannot be a separate person. Okay, when you're differentiated and you are in that healthy space and you know yourself, you believe in yourself, you trust in yourself, you trust in God, what happens is naturally you're going to tolerate other differentiated people, other people that will be respectful of your boundaries, other people that see you as a human being, and don't make fun of things that you believe in or like or value. And also, if something as simple as like, you don't like ketchup on your fries, right? healthy people will respect that because they understand that is what you like, right? Versus dysfunctional people will make fun of you for not liking ketchup with your fries. So that's the other piece too to pay attention to as you're becoming separate from the people around you, and recognize that you are your own person, that it's also important to select other people around you that will also respect you in that matter as well. Okay, so here's my question for you guys. In your differentiation experience, or as you are becoming your own person, the challenge is, do you know what you like? Do you know what you do not like? What are your values, your core beliefs? What are your emotions? Do you know how to label your emotions? And what do you think about the world in general? How do you feel like the world works for you? And as you are answering those questions, also pay attention to how people around you will respect you, okay? And then I wanted to also, I forgot to add one more piece before I let you guys go. If you are a parent yourself, it's very important to ask your children around that age 4 or 5 as they are developing, asking them questions of what do you think and what do you like, and do you think this is okay? Do you think this is something that you want to do? Questions in general helps us to start to become differentiated, because now you are thinking for yourself if this is an activity or an experience that you want to engage with. Ideally, around 18, we should be completely differentiated from our parents. You should be able to be your own separate human being outside of what your family taught you and made sure that you were practicing. And also allow yourself to be kind to yourself if that was not your experience, because you can still learn how to be differentiated as you grow in your healing journey. Alrighty, so the question is just keep reflecting. Are you differentiated? Are you enmeshed? Are you in that space where you are isolated? And either stages we can move forward, right? Like we can move forward into that differentiated space. I hope you guys liked the video. Please hit that thumbs up. It really helps. Feel free to share this video with other people. And don't forget also to leave a comment. See you guys in the next video. Thank you.